JonTron's StarCade Episode 1. Atari games by none other than JonTron. It's gonna be wild. Trip down memory lane.
Shut up back there!
Julie, get us out of here!
I said shut up! You're just pissed off because I outsmarted you and got your flying saucer. And maybe next time you'll think for a second before you pick up someone saying they need to get to the nearest hospital as fast.
I actually forgot that this was the plot point. Oh my god. I think I saw some of these once very years and years ago. This is going to be an absolute wild ride. Because I don't really get the chance to talk Star Wars a whole lot on this channel.
This is they can, you chumps. All right, now just to take this thing for a spin past Earth and give everyone a little sci-fi scare. Maybe I'll end up on the next episode of Ancient Aliens.
Probably.
Oh my God! It's Star Wars?
Oh, come on, this thing's good for nothing. Whatever, let's get out of here already.
Yeah. I feel that's how people would react. 2024, people would react that way.
Oh, whoa, no, that's not a good thing.
Incoming message for Captain Solo from Supreme Commander Vader.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's been a tight squeeze in here.
Is that in Spanish?
This call is brought to you by Empire Collect. Would you like to accept or die?
I absolutely love that this is the era of YouTube I kind of miss, with very whimsical shorts and even continuities between videos and stuff. I feel like, and I guess I can critique this from a certain aspect on, React content. React content has changed YouTube in a lot of ways, but do I think it's necessarily what's causing the death of the platform itself? No, I think there's incredible incentive for it, especially if you're good at what you do or are very popular at what you do. However, I think mostly it's very, very, very restrictive copyright policies and having to be a safe haven. But that comes down to, what was it, Viacom, that whole lawsuit, and being able to have videos like I put out reactions to JonTron, and they'll just get claimed by third-party claimants. I get fraudulent claims on them. I have one of them was upheld by YouTube as being owned in its entirety by some Italian company. So that, I think, has more to do with it. But I really do miss the time and effort and care that went into videos like this. And there's still absolutely creators that do it. It's just a weird blast from the past for me.
Yeah, accept.
Thank you, and please enjoy surviving another day, Rebel Scum.
Well met, Commander Tron.
Well, that's not my real name, but you don't look like the kind of guy who cares.
I must commend you for your valiant efforts against the rebellion. The Empire is most impressed. You managed to capture two of the most infamous of rebel scum in the galaxy.
I wonder how much one of those suits run, actually. Oh, God, am I really going to go down the rabbit hole? I've been itching to cosplay for a good minute, actually. I would do a mean Kylo Ren, actually. I would do a mean mask on Kylo Ren. I could do that. I think I have broad enough shoulders. I think Vader might be a little too ambitious. Oh my God, I need to know where to find this stuff. Well, because I know there's the 501st and stuff, right? They do all that cosplay stuff all the time. I don't have access to a 3D printer. If you know a supplier where to get some of this, I'm very interested in the comments section. I'm very, very interested.
These two guys, the shaggy-looking guy and the walking carpet? No, I just picked them up because they have no paper trail.
Say no more. Now it is your time to truly prove your worth to the Empire.
Now you listen here. I will never, as long as I live, join the Empire. Also, who is that? And you're just my dad trying to scare me again, dressing up because of the teach me a lesson?
What?
Because I didn't wake up, Mom.
Very well. Let's see if this persuades you.
That's not my throat.
Oh, that is spice right there. Oh my God.
Your will is strong, I'll give you that. But I have one last thing I'm certain will pique your interest.
John, save me.
Bird.
Me and your bird friend.
Jacques, no!
Dog.
What? How'd you get Jacques?
I have my ways. Now, to show I mean business.
Oh no!
Oh no. He's just a
God.
boy. Oh, no. Oh.
That was only a taste of what's to come unless you comply to my demands.
I really do miss content like this. It is such a blast from the past. Not just because it's JonTron. This was an entire era on YouTube. I miss it.
All right, fine. I'll do it. What do you want me to do?
You are to play every Star Wars video game for me. Even the poopy ones.
Oh,
Not
no.
the poopy ones.
I need footage for my upcoming Let's Play channel. I plan on calling it Darth_Vader_ likes Green Day 1992.
Seriously?
Oh, my God. Dude, that's some, like, old Xbox Live username. That's like XX Darth Vader. Yeah, no, like just add an XX, like capital X, lowercase x to the front, lowercase x, capital X to the end of that. Right there. Fit right at home on Xbox Live. Whoa, I am old.
That's what you're going to call it? You'd be better off calling it something stupid like StarCade.
That's the one.
So many Star Wars games spanning so many decades. Where does one even begin? Especially when he doesn't even have any of them. Yo, Vader, if you want me to do this, you gotta give me the games.
Of course, a slight oversight.
This goes so hard.
Ow, what the hell? So, seriously? Come on, man, don't you have a better way to do this given your Empire budget? This is a good one.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, my dad played that into the ground. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You like
This
that?
game is a port of the 1983 arcade game of the same name that used the now outdated vector style of graphics, which
83? God, wasn't that? Yeah, because 79 was technically Star Wars, right? Later rebranded for A New Hope. I think 81 was 5 Strikes Back, right? Empire Strikes Back. 83 should have been 6, right? Return of the Jedi. I think my dad went to actually, like, opening nights on all 3 of those. I'll have to ask him.
we'll get to later. And wow, look at this box. If you were a kid in 1983, chances are you would have thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You were probably like this guy right here.
TIE fighters! Fireballs! Coming right at me! Watch the laser towers! Aim for the tops! Pick on the cannons! Use the force! I'm gonna die! Alright! I'm going in!
Died the way he lived,
Yeah.
like a goddamn psychopath.
Yeah. Can we get more video game advertisements like that? Like, can you imagine if we got? I mean, we got some weird ones over the years. Like, your mom doesn't like Dead Space 2. Oh, that was weird. As somebody that yes likes Dead Space as a franchise and was very happy with the remake. Like, we got some weird stuff over the years for that. There's been some weird video game to the point that sometimes video games don't even feel like they're advertised anymore. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, this big game is dropping, and it's like, oh, thank you. God, man, that is so hype, though. Like, how do you even?
With an advertisement like that, you know you're getting into something good.
Yeah,
Let's go to the moon, baby, or space. Wait. Which way does this go in?
I wouldn't know. Never had to deal with
Now, I
it.
don't want to be overly critical, but I can't help but feel there may have been a slight exaggeration made in that commercial.
That's marketing, baby. Well, and I've always had that skill, right? Where you've had late 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, right? You had those commercials. Oh, everyone's having so much fun with Rock'em Boppers and the fist things, right? Or Elephant the Elephant. It's so many of these things, and people are just having a blast with them. Hungry Hippos, right? And I'm just like I have the ability to insert myself, to put myself in that situation, and go, yeah, this is gonna be boring. I don't want that. But I mean, this is marketing at its finest, to hype up a product, to sell you something. Come on, the JonTron meme. Come on, baby, sell me some product, right? That kind of thing. It's really just that's its purpose. It's meant to hype you up, whether the experience falls flat or whether it is to that expectation. That's the goal of marketing.
All right, man, come on. We get it. Calm down.
What a legend.
Maybe the sequel will fare better. They also made Empire Strikes Back on Atari, but weirdly enough, this one came out before the first one.
Weird.
I don't get it either.
Hey, that's nice. You get the real music in the game. Not all tie-ins gave you that back in the days.
That's some, like, Dig Dug. Wow. I haven't seen this in years.
So believe it or not, that's actually a bonus. I'm not so sure what's going on the bottom of the screen, though. Is that a horizontal radar of someone constantly firing a bullet? And speaking of understanding, I don't really understand where I am in space or time. Is that the mountains, or are we under sea?
That's the background of Hoth. That's going to be your skybox. This is showcasing Mountains of Hoth. This is showcasing the sky. That's obviously an AT-AT. This is the ground, and this is supposed to be the other mountains, right? Because they have the same or very similar pixel, right? So this is going to be the other mountains. This looks like a how far you are on the map kind of thing. Like, I can read this just fine. Am I weird in that regard?
If those are mountains, what would that make these? Subterranean mountains? Atari games are hilarious. They just merely hint at...
No. It's perspective, right? So if you're looking at let's just make it easy. Look at the Star Wars trench run, right? So imagine this is the trench that Luke is going through, right? And this is the one wall, and this is the other wall. It's a forced perspective from like if you're looking forward, right? 12 o'clock is up and down. Think of it like a 10 o'clock perspective looking in, if that makes sense.
What is actually supposed to be going on. You could have called this game Bird vs. Camel, and no one would have argued with you. Don't believe me? Look, you'd have bought this, wouldn't you?
I would have bought that in a heartbeat. That could come out nowadays. I would buy that. Bird vs. Camel would make an amazing game.
Even here over this box art.
To complete the trilogy, there's Return of the Jedi Death Star battle. It's a good thing they went with the Death Star and not some Ewoks. Yeah, that would have been weird.
Ah, yes. I remember this classic Star Wars situation. Now we know why Han Solo was late to help Luke in the Death Star battle. He first had to cut a hole through a large David Bowie's album art before he could get there. You fly around as the adorable Millennium Falcon like you're playing asteroids, and you're supposed to, I guess, go through this tear to get to the Death Star so you can destroy it.
Oh, okay. So these are some sort of external shield, and you're supposed to pop in through those. Then you're getting nearer to it.
I don't remember the Death Star sounding so much like my dad's office. Who left the fax machine on again?
Oh, how many kids are gonna know what a fax machine is? That's the part that's messing with me. Oh my god, like that's like the time this video came out, like that you have to understand, this is inherent knowledge. Everyone watching this knows what a fax machine is. There's gonna be people that have no idea what that is. Oh no. Oh, that's a weird thought.
Wow. They made this look harder in the movies.
In this version, they decided to make the Death Star out of styrofoam.
Oh. Can we play that back in reverse? I think I might have heard the voice of Satan in there.
This game is coarse and rough, not like you.
It'd be like, oh my god, photosensitivity.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna pretend nothing happened then. Business as usual. This game just keeps looping forever once you beat the Death Star. There's no level 2. Good god, it's like a Star Wars Groundhog Day in here.
So it looks like you're just going for high score at that point. Rinse and repeat the gameplay cycle ad infinitum. I wonder if there might be a point like Tetris where you could actually data overflow and just cause the game to crash. I'd be very interested to know the upper limits of this game in the hardware.
Yikes! Moving on.
How about this
Like
one?
software.
Star Wars Jedi Arena, where Luke doesn't look like he gives a shit at all.
It's the 80s vibe.
Okay, what's been going on in here? Hey, all right, maybe if we could just, slow down. Stop, please! Okay, that's enough! Come on, stop!
Okay, let's just move on to the last game we have here today, which is Return of the Jedi Ewok Adventure.
Oh,
but I
no.
don't have it here to show to you. In fact, few, if any, do.
Really?
It was intended to be the twin sister game of Return of the Jedi Death Star Battle, but it was never released, even though it was fully completed. Yeah, that's a good
Interesting.
sign. It disappeared without a trace for 14 years until being found by a collector in 1997.
It's always this. It's always these collectors that find these weird and cool things. Wasn't it the Space World demo I think, yeah, because the Space World demo for Nintendo, right? We're talking like 64 era. Didn't the cart get found, or files of it got found, and we used Ocarina of Time's engine to recreate a lot of it? That's it's so wild that finding just these small things can do. Pokemon GSC in Japan, right, had the cell phone service that you had to hook up your old cell phone to, and you could get events like the GS Ball, do online specific activities like that game room, right? And we have events that just don't, the files just don't exist anymore, but people are doing their best and making leaps and bounds and trying to reconstruct it. It's absolute wizardry. Star Wars Galaxies, the MMO, I don't know if this actually gets brought up in StarCade or not. Star Wars Galaxies, this was before Sony, I think, took over, or Sony tried to turn it into WoW and Streamline Jedi and stuff. As far as I'm aware, like, early Star Wars Galaxies was super cool because being a Jedi was like super rare, and there was just, it was a good MMO, and then WoW came and then streamlined a lot of MMOs. You see this from EverQuest 1 to EverQuest 2, and Lord of the Rings Online, which is one that I personally enjoyed, was, you know, for all intents and purposes, a WoW clone for a while. It kind of has its own identity now, which is super cool. But, like, God, it's wild that people can recreate, like Final Fantasy 14 1.0 servers to a certain degree, right? Or be able to take files of Star Wars Galaxy and be able to, if you have the physical disc, you can apparently hop onto a server with it. It's absolutely blows my mind how people do this tech wizardry.
For fear of a lawsuit, it was never released to the public. But lucky for us, in 2001, a prototype copy was finally secured. Although, only one of these is known to exist.
A lot of money.
What could have caused them to cancel a perfectly good game? Let's find out. Console, please recreate Ewok Adventure and make it snappy.
Recreating.
I'm not sure what kind of ship you're flying in this game, but I already like it better than the other games. It seems to be some kind of speeder that flies close to the ground. It has weight, and it's really cool as far as the Atari goes.
That's super cool.
Look at the ATSTs! Oh my God. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Let's give you an artist's rendition of what the HD version would look like.
It's the scream.
Terrifying.
Not the Ewok.
Yep, that's about how I feel. That was trippy as hell. Do I still have my brain intact after that? Okay, here we go.
What if it might have been a photosensitivity thing?
Ah, crashed my shit.
This
what
game
an
goes
adventure.
Hard.
An Ewok adventure. What?
You just gonna get right back in another ship and take off? Also, where are you getting these? Who does that belong to? That is not your ship.
Oh, God.
Believe it or not, I think this is actually the best game out of them all, and it's the only one they didn't release.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted it all to themselves. Who
Probably.
could blame them?
I can see
Oh
that.
boy, and that's only a tiny fraction of what we got to cover. So stick around and tune in next time to find out the mystery of who it was who allegedly let those dogs out after all.
My God.
It was me. I'm trying to sleep, all right?
Let's be safe on the copyright side of things. It should be fine. Maybe? It is YouTube in modernity, after all. Are those Astros? What are those? God, this was an experience to go back and watch. This was amazing. I have no other words for this. And we'll see what copyright is like. I mean, as far as Star Wars goes, Star Wars has been pretty interesting in regards to copyright. And that's the thing, is like, I'm very fair when it comes to copyright. So I tried uploading a fairly renowned history channel reactions, as many other people have reacted to them, and I got copyright claimed. And it's like, you know what? That's completely fair. I get it. I used it. You know, these songs are here. Totally get it. Mad respect. I feel like I'm fair when it comes to copyright. And it's really when it comes from like third-party claimants or third-party people that say they, you know, have it. That's where I start to have a little bit of contention with that. But let's see where this ends up. If we have to make some edits, have to make some cuts, we'll see that. If you haven't checked out JonTron, definitely go check it out. I've been told, hey, you know, react to a StarCade series, and I watched, I think, a few of these many, many years ago. I have no idea what these entail, and so it's going to be wild to go back through and definitely take a look. But if you are bent on watching the rest of the series or watching other videos by him, definitely recommend you go check him out. Check out his channel. There's some classics on there, just YouTube classics. A lot of memes as well. The meme, right? And yeah, Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if you can't wait for a specific episode. Let me know, I guess, an interesting Star Wars fact that you know, and I will see you all in the next one.